6-year-old Kasim Tayer was near death when he was brought to this feeding center near the town of Shashamene 2 weeks ago. His chances of survival are improving, but more like him arrive every morning. Not all of them can be saved.
In this center, we had in 2 weeks 450 children, and we have lost 17 children. It's still not getting better. The children arrive very late.
2 died on this day, and nurse Mika Steensen of Doctors Without Borders says it is an uphill struggle to keep the hundreds of others alive.
We have around 200 children, 190, 200 children that is here. We have only 6 nurses going around to see all these children, and then 1 doctor. But she's almost always in the ICU room because there we have really the cases that needs to be followed up very closely. We have very severe complications there, anemia, hypothermia, dehydration, and it's life-saving. She has to be there all the time to save lives.
In this normally surplus-producing agricultural region, 2 consecutive rains have failed. It's rained some lately, but the next life-saving harvest is not due till September. As world prices continue rising, aid workers say hungry children arrive every day at feeding centers. Aid agencies are marshaling resources for what Bjorn Lundqvist, head of the UN Children's Agency UNICEF in Ethiopia, says is a difficult time ahead.
The next 2 months is going to be most critical, and this is where we need to really rush and mobilize resources.
Some supplies are arriving, but at this crowded feeding center operated by the Catholic Sisters of Charity in Awassa, 30 kilometers south of Shashamene, Sister Marinella says there is only enough for the sickest of the sick.
Now there is a shortage, yes. But we cannot help everybody. Only those children who are sick, we can give them.
She says entire families are in danger of starvation.
Somebody have to help them, no, with food. Because they need now, not only these children are sick, adults also they are sick.
More facilities are opening. Others are expanding. But in rural Ethiopia, there is no way to know how many people are suffering or dying. This feeding center in the village of Ropi, 40 kilometers from the nearest paved road, is run by Doctors Without Borders and the Sisters of Charity. It opened in late April when the number of malnutrition deaths suddenly spiked. Sister Marie Thomas has been here a month.
It's difficult to see children dying. At the same time, we really admire the brave mothers who are here, who accept it as a life event.
Though some die, the vast majority who reach this center are surviving.
I think in 1 month we have already lost about 20 children.
But you've saved a lot. How many have you saved?
That God knows how many are saved.
Ethiopians have been through floods and famines before. But there is a growing worry in the aid community that if more help does not arrive soon, this has all the makings of a humanitarian catastrophe. Peter Heinlein, VOA News, in southern Ethiopia.